live yet, and I am live. You know how these devices go. You are never quite sure that you're live until you are. So always excuse me when I'm like surprised, like, am I live? I'm live. Hey there, everybody. Kim Coles here, and I am live. I have confirmation from all the devices. Happy, I guess, Thanksgiving weekend. If you it's still the weekend. It's Sunday evening as I record this. For those of you who are watching the replay, that's when this went live. Hello, welcome. I'm using technology called StreamYard, and when you are on StreamYard, you have to give it permission to give me your name, so I see that it's you, and I see that you all are doing this. I see Lisa and Jernia Love. The last name is Love. That's all I need to know. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. Hotak Jamal and Bianca and Dr. Lorraine. Hey, Dr. Lorraine, how are you? And Lisa Snow and Maureen. Hey, everybody. So I'm coming to you, and I want to just talk to you a little bit about something that I just heard about. That's going to sound like sad news, and I might get a little sad, and it sounded sad when I heard it. And then, one of the things I do and have always done is I take information and then I filter it and I look through it, look for the lessons, look for the perspective. And I wanted to share this with you. When someone that you've spent time with passes away, you go into reflection. And so I'm going to talk about reflections about two new ancestors that I have. And one of them is an ancestor that we all share, which I'll share with you in just a moment. So it's going to sound a little sad, but I'm going to tell you a couple of stories that go along with it that will hopefully make you look at your life in a fresh new way. And I titled this Authenticity, Wisdom, and Legacy because the two people that I'm about to talk about, the two new ancestors that I have, and one of them belongs to you too, and I'm fitting to tell you what that means. These two women remind me that all of us have legacy to live and leave in our own way. All of us have wisdom within us. Those of you may heard, and this is not a shameless plug from a new book, Wisdom, the Wisdom Gifts book. It just so happens that I have a book about wisdom, which I'll share with you in just a moment on Amazon right now, the Wisdom Gifts book. But I realized that even in writing this book, that I was affected by one of the ancestors that I'm fitting to tell you about. Okay, so the first ancestor I would like to share with you is I just want to honor. I want to honor Irene Cara. Irene Cara passed away this week, and you all will know her as the actress and the artist who sang, I think, the theme song from Fame, the theme song, and also sang the theme song for Flashdance, and for which she won an Oscar. And I loved her because she's from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. She's from the Boogie Down. She was of Puerto Rican descent, which I'm not Puerto Rican, but when you grow up in New York, in my opinion, the New York I grew up in, you are so immersed in the culture that you are a little bit Puerto Rican, a little bit Black, a little bit Italian, a little bit Chinese, a little bit Korean, a little bit Caribbean. Like I think of myself as obviously a Black woman and a proud Black woman, but all of these other cultures have affected me. I'm a little bit Dominican, I'm a little bit Puerto Rican, I'm a little bit all those things because I went to school with kids who from different cultures and different backgrounds. I had friends from different backgrounds, and one of the people I'm going to talk about tonight is someone who happens to be Italian and happen to have been a great coach and mentor of mine. So that's where I'm wearing my inspired t-shirt. I am inspired. I'm often inspired by everyone around me. Yeah, that's how I'm wired. I'm often inspired. And I'm going to talk about the inspiration of Irene Cara, who recently passed away, and then the inspiration of one of my mentors and teachers from high school, Elizabeth Skibara. We called her Ski, and I'm going to try not to cry when I talk about either of them. So Irene Cara, true legend. I used to love her little bangs. Remember, she did the little straight little bang and then that wavy hair. Iconic. Coco. Remember Coco from Fame? Oh my goodness. Iconic. Beautiful. incredible voice. I didn't know until, just watch, looking online and seeing some of her, things, that she was a child performer. Like there's a video of her performing on like the Geritol Hour show or some sort of talent show, and she lit up the stage, lit it up, and then went on to continue to light up the world. And so, yeah, my connection to Irene Cara is twofold. So number one, she's from New York. She was from the Boogie Down, all from Brooklyn, but that's okay. She was 63 years old. And when you think about that, I'm like, I'll be 61 in January. I'm just getting started. So to think that someone so young, we look at the 60s, we go, that's not really young, but it kind of is. Nowadays, 60s are like, I'm just getting started. And there was a time, and you all tell me in the comments if you all agree with this, there was a time when you were young that you looked at somebody 60 and go like, oh gosh, that's so old. You're ancient, grandmother, you're ancient, which you'd never say to your grandmother because then you get popped in the mouth. Back in the day was when they were popping kids in the mouth. I would never say to any of my elders, you're so old at 50 or 60. But that's how I looked at it. And now I look at it as just getting started. Yeah, somebody says, yeah, 60 is the new 45. And what do you mean 110 Lenox Road? I lived at 24 Lenox Road from age 11 or 12 until like 23. What do you mean 110 Lenox Road? I know exactly where you are or where you were or where you grew up. I know Lenox Road. I'm from Flatbush. How you doing? And so yeah, I'm an early 80s. I'm a 60s baby, and the 80s affected us so much, especially since Irene Cara was the queen of that. And so the reason why I feel like I have a special connection to her is because you know she went to a school in the Fame movie called, at the time we called it the High School for the Performing Arts. I think it later became Music and Art, and I think now it's called LaGuardia High School. And so correct me, my folks from New York, please feel free to correct me. Back then we called it the High School for the Performing Arts. And that's what the movie Fame was based on or about. I don't know what they called it in the movie, but that's it. And I remember distinctly, and some of you have heard me tell this story before. I remember distinctly being 14 years old and going like, where am I going to go to high school? And the high school that I was zoned to go to at the time was not a safe place. And it was really not a safe place if you were corny like me. I was quite a cornball. And by the way, I still am. I just embrace it now. So the high school I was zoned to go to is called Erasmus Hall High School. And at the time, Erasmus Hall, which is a famous high school, I mean, Barbara Streisand went there. A lot of, Brooklyn great thinkers came out of Brooklyn, went to Erasmus Hall because it's right there in Flatbush. That was the school I was zoned to go to, but I was very aware that it was a dangerous place at the time. Kids were getting stabbed, and I was like, I'm so corny. There's no way I'll last. I can't fight. I'm not a fighter. And so I tried to get into the High School for the Performing Arts. Which we now know as the Fame School, which is, like I said, the reference is Irene Cara just passed away. For those of you who just came in, Irene Cara just passed away, and she's important to me because she represents that school that I wanted to go to. And I just misspoke, and I want to tell the truth. I said I tried to, I tried to get into the High School for the Performing Arts. The truth is, I didn't really try. I went down to the auditions. You had to audition to get into the High School for the Performing Arts. And I went and stood in line, and I looked at all the other kids, and I was so intimidated because they were dancing and singing and, practicing their little monologues. And I had prepared a monologue, but I didn't know anything about that world. And I was so intimidated, even though I thought I had a little spark of something. I was like, I don't belong here. I felt very lesser than. They didn't talk me out of it. I talked myself out of it. And so the first question I'm going to ask you all, somebody said Fort Erasmus. Child, Fort Erasmus was no joke. I knew I wouldn't last there. So the question I'm going to ask all of you is, where have you talked yourself out of something? Like, I'm going to turn this into a little workshop. I'm going to tell some stories, share my new book, talk about my coaching program, talk about my mentors, and turn this into a workshop. Where have you talked yourself out of something in your life? Now, you turned out just fine. Life turned out the way it was supposed to. I'm fitting to tell you where I ended up going and why that sent my trajectory to be where it was supposed to be. But at the time, I thought I was supposed to go to the high school for the performing arts. I knew I wouldn't make it at Erasmus. So I said, let me go someplace special with the artsy kids, the kids that be singing and dancing, because they're going to be cool. I went and stood in line and was like, oh no, I will not make it. They're talented. I don't know what I'm doing. Where have you, I feel the love. I'm going to come back and read all these comments. You have an audition coming up soon. Good luck. I wish you all the best. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. I was like, I can't. Now, meanwhile, the life I've chosen for myself requires quite a bit of auditions. Like, I audition all the time, but I was 14. What did I wasn't ready. I auditioned the other day for something I can't tell you about that I got. I can't tell you. I audition all the time. But back then I was like, nah, these kids, they too good. I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it. Now, let me stop the story for just a second to remind you to look at, like, nobody talked me out of it. Nobody stood in line and was like, God, you're really corny and I don't think you're gonna make it. So you should go home. You should go home. You're not gonna make it here. You don't belong here. Off you go. You don't belong. Oh, you're probably not talented at all. If I were you, I'd go home. No one did that. No one did that. I did that to myself. So look in your life where, we're so busy paying attention to the haters all out there. Do y'all do that? All the haters. They probably hating on me. You go online and you put a comment or you put a picture of yourself and somebody's like, I don't like what you're wearing. Like, the haters. Forget the haters all out there. Sometimes we hate on ourselves. Little bomb there for you. I'm gonna drop. If I had a little microphone, I'd drop it. When have you hated? And I know that's a strong word. When have you talked yourself out of something? And I don't mean intuition. I don't mean your intuition said, oh, don't go down that street, or oh, that's not a good person to date, or I think I should, like, oh, it's like an intuition that you have. I probably should not eat at this restaurant. It don't look too clean. Or whatever, like a knowing of something. I'm just talking about, like, you just go, I don't know. I'm too scared or I'm too fearful of the unknown. I'm out. When have you done that to yourself? And can you also forgive yourself for it? Because now you know that was, not the most, I say this with all love, wasn't the most helpful way to be. It's just a lesson to go, and a way to look at yourself, to go like, ooh, I did that to myself. I've done that. I did it at 14. I've done it many times in my life, and you probably have too. Like, the haters out there, the voices of the people out there are never as powerful as the voices that we have in our inside. So that's a little piece of wisdom. Yes, I'm going to do a shout out to my book, The Wisdom Gifts book. I might even put the little banner up. Hold on. By the way, it's available right now for like 99 cents on Amazon. You can get the Kindle book for 99 cents, and you can get the paperback for only $14.99. Just go to wisdomgiftsbook.com on Amazon. Okay, shameless plug. So that's a little wisdom for you today. Just take that. Okay. And like I said, can you forgive yourself for what you think you may have missed out on because you poured hateration all over yourself? It just takes awareness. Be aware of it, bless it, move it on its way. Okay, that's number one. I ended up going to, so that's like really a tribute to Irene Cara. So let me just go back to Irene Cara for a second. Irene Cara went to this fictional school, and she was bright and talented and lived out loud and confident and amazing, and has left an indelible legacy. starting with that little look with them straight bangs and them wavy hair. I was like, this is gorgeous. I don't even know what's going on. Can I buy some hair that look like that? Because it grows out of her head. How can I go buy me some? That's a separate conversation. But I want to just send condolences to her family and hug any one of us that was affected by her talent, her beauty, her fierceness, her vulnerability. I don't know if you all felt this about Irene, but there was a vulnerability that she had. Whenever you looked in her eyes, there was a softness that was there. There was a, when she sang, like that song Out Here on My Own, oh, you felt it. Like she had the ability to make you feel the music. And so I'm going to consider her one of my ancestors, and she's one of your ancestors too. She's gone on to wherever we go when we leave. And I hope she's still singing and praising and giving us those beautiful eyes and them little bangs and wavy, wavy hair. Such style, her own style. So, yeah, life and death are in your tongue. We always talk to ourselves. We do. We talk to ourselves. And, that phrase to me, that life and death are in your tongue, like your words are so powerful. And actually, with love, you can hate on yourself 10 times more than anybody out there can hate on you. And so just much love and respect to Irene Cara, giving us face. Isn't that what cara means in Espanol? Cara, giving us face and beauty and her music. Yeah, I'm sad. That one saddened me. That one hit me hard. Yeah. Oh, Dan, you met Irene in Florida. I believe she lived in Florida. Yeah, she was on the board of directors of the art school I attended. Oh my goodness. I love to hear that she was still involved in the arts. What a beautiful soul. What a beautiful, talented soul. And yeah, there's video of her singing as a child. So she knew even then that this is what she was supposed to be doing. She knew even then. And so that's the next question I'm going to put to you. Like I said, this is one part live stream, one part shameless plug from a book, and for a coaching program, which I'm going to tell you all about in a second, and one part workshop. What do you know already is greatness in you? Somebody just asked if I'm Hispanic. I am not, pero I grew up in New York. I grew up in New York, in Brooklyn. So that means that I'm officially Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, Panamanian. I'm from the islands. I'm Jamaican. I'm Trinidadian. I'm from St. Vincent. I'm Chinese. I'm Korean. I'm Jewish. I'm Italian. I'm Irish. I'm all the things, because that's what New York is. It's all the things. I'm Russian. Spasiba. So I'm not Hispanic, but I hablo un poco. Gracias. Y necesito practicar mi español. Gracias. Bangs, wavy hair. Irene Cara, we love you. Okay. Oh, Cooper says, I'm a talented writer, teacher, and sometimes actress. Be all that. Be all that. That's what the title of this is about: authenticity, wisdom, and legacy. What do you already know is in you? That's the legacy you're meant to leave. Forget leaving the legacy. And the thing I just came up with not too long ago, the thing that dropped into my spirit, I get divine downloads, is that we think that legacy is this thing that we're supposed to leave. Actually, you can live your legacy. So you're going to leave it. Yes, you're going to leave it. We're going to talk in just a moment about someone who just passed away, another ancestor for me, who absolutely left her legacy and touched thousands of children, thousands of people, me included. And it's connected to Irene Cara in just a moment. But your legacy is lived. It's who you are right now. What is the greatness in you? So I think I asked a second ago, the greatness in you is your writing. Your legacy is something we live and leave. You're going to live it right now. Every step you take is legacy. Every breath you take is legacy. Every person you touch is your legacy, right? Are you royal bloodline of Egyptians? I believe you. I love that. By the way, another shameless plug. I'm going to Egypt again next year, and I will come and share all the details with you. I'm taking a group of people with me who want to go to Egypt and experience like that I can't even talk to you about that right now. Those of you know I went a few years ago, changed my whole life. Yeah, Egypt does that to you. Africa does that to you, so I'm told. All of Africa. I haven't been to the other places, but I'm going back to Egypt again and some other places too. Changes you. The transformation is like, oh, I'm home. Okay. So what greatness is already in you? Isn't it magical? It's so magical there. It's so magical. It's all the things and the people. The magic lives in the people and it's in the tunes and the things and the things. We'll talk about that later for sure. I'm going back. So I'm living my legacy as a leader for God right now. All right, Ratina. What's your legacy right now? What's greatness is in you right now that you can start doing right now, that you ain't got to die for you to go, oh, I'm so glad she lived. She did so much for me. I want people to say this about you right now. Like, thank you for what you do, for what you've taught me, for what you've put in the world. Thank you for that smile you gave me that day. That changed my world. Thank you for teaching me about dot, 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 fill in the blank. Thank you for um, 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 being on the neighborhood watch. Because you're on the neighborhood watch, we feel safe. Legacy. It all counts. It all matters. It all matters. Live your legacy now. Step into the wisdom and knowing that your legacy is wretch now. Wretch now. I saw a thing about Irene Cara. Again, I was doing a little research. And I don't know what sign she was, but she was real sassy. And the reporter, the journalist had asked her, well, talk a little bit about your beginning work, your childhood work. And she said, oh, you must not be from New York because everybody from New York knows about me. I was like, I love that. In other words, she was very aware of the legacy that she had already begun even as a young woman. So I don't know when this journalist had asked this question. I remember what age she was. I don't know the details. To talk about your early beginnings in New York. And she was like, oh, you must not be from New York. You must not know. Oh, you must not know. Make sure that people know. Make sure that people know by showing up fully as your authentic, amazing self. My children and I are doctors. I just saw somebody said gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Somebody, I think just like you. I love to think and plant love into others. Ooh, Charlene, talk about a legacy. You just leave love everywhere you go. Then your living was your purpose is fulfilled. That's another little thing. I'm letting the divine downloads drop in. Those of you who know me, I just can't stop it if it happens. I think a lot of us are looking for purpose out there. You know how I said a minute ago that the haters, we think the haters are out there, and actually the biggest hater of all is all up and through here. Well, we are looking out there for our purpose. What's my purpose? What am I here to do? It's all up and through here. You're asking yourself, I don't know, you may be asking, I won't say the wrong as if you're wrong and asking, what am I here to do? You're asking the right questions, but you're looking in the wrong places. It's already up and through here. What do you love to do? What do people who love you say that you're great at? How do you make people feel when you walk in the room? Go do more of that. Simple. One of my favorite quotes is from, I can't think of his name right now. Zig Ziglar. And the quote is, you can have everything you want if you just help other people get what they want. Did you catch that? You can have everything you want. You just have to help other people get what they want. So what do you know? What have you developed? What wisdom do you already have? What greatness is already in you that you can share with other people and help them to find it within themselves? Purpose found. You're welcome. Purpose found. That's it. Gratitude and encouragement are part of your living legacy. I believe you, D. Bowden. I believe you. Gratitude and encouragement, indeed, indeed. You encourage others to help rebuild the pyramids. I love it. Rebuild them. They're still there. I walked inside of the Great Pyramid. It's no joke. It's still there. But maybe there's some shoring up that needs to happen. I don't know. Maybe that's what you mean. Okay, so in service to find your purpose. Wonderful, wonderful. I actually have a couple of questions I want to share with you. Let me see. What are what do you, okay, you're gonna love this. Okay. I've been doing some work because those of you who don't know, I'm also a coach. So I'm an actress, a comedian, an author, the wisdomgiftsbook.com, a speaker, and I also coach. And I was prepping tonight some coaching questions for an upcoming program that I have. And a couple of questions I'll share with you right now. When you're searching for your purpose and searching for like on authenticity, and what's the best part of me and what should I live and leave as my legacy? A couple of questions you could ask are, what do I get complimented on? What do people compliment you on? Like you're doing it well already. Like we're looking for excellence. I want to be excellent at something. You're actually already excellent at a couple of, maybe a handful of, maybe a whole bunch of things. What do other people compliment you on? When you walk into the room, do you light it up? When you cook, do people go, this is the most delicious thing I ever ate? And I just scrapped that together from scraps in the fridge. Okay. Do you design gorgeous outfits and when you walk, they just flow like, oh, excuse me, miss, where'd you get that? Oh, I made this. What? Oh, put this, I just made this last night. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do other people compliment you on? And what are the strengths that lie underneath those things? Just something to think about as you're looking at purpose. And another one I'm going to have here, I'm putting together my coaching program. What would your favorite person in the whole wide world say that they're what they consider your top 3 strengths? Like your favorite person in the world, or your top few favorite people, what would they say are your biggest strengths? You get to look at that. You get to look at that. And let's see if I have another question for you. Yeah. So that's just some coaching questions. Someone said, so I see somebody here says Facebook user, so I don't know your name, but you said here, they said I missed my calling. So do you feel that you missed your calling, or do other people say you missed your calling? Maybe I missed the whole comment. It's never too late. You can't miss your calling if you can still hear the calling. I'm gonna say it again. That phrase, oh, people say I missed my calling, or I feel I've missed my calling. It's never too late. Like if the calling is still, it's all you got to do is answer the call. Bring, that's my calling. Bring, that's an old school phone. Bring, is that my calling? Is the phone still ringing? Is the calling still call? As long as the call is still coming in, you didn't miss the call. All you got to do is pick it up. Like, hello? Yeah, hello? Yes. Hi, I'm Kim Coles. Yes, I'm answering my calling. Wonderful. I'm glad I didn't miss the call. You didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss nothing. If the phone is still ringing, if the divine is still calling you, you didn't miss nothing. It's just now is the time. You're welcome. Oh yeah. They're saying I missed my calling. I know. Please, I'll come back and look at the comments because I'm all over the place. Did I miss my calling? I'm answering the call right now. Maybe you see something else, or maybe you're saying that other people say to you that you missed your calling. As long as the phone is still ringing, as long as the divine call is still coming in, as long as you're still getting divine hits, you can pick up the phone anytime. Did someone, hi, this thing is, excuse me, I need to answer a call. Hello? Don't you have aunties? Look at me, I'm holding the phone. Don't y'all have aunties that answer the phone like, hello? Yes. Yes, this is Kim Coles. Hi. Oh, God, the universe. Okay, source, creator calling. Well, hello. Yes. Oh, I've been so busy. I haven't been able to answer the call. I'm sorry. Oh, you're still asking me? You still want me to do that thing? You mean the desire that you put in my heart? You mean that thing I've always wanted to do? Oh, you're still available to help me with? Really? Well, I'm on a live stream right now. God, can I get back to you? No, right now. Okay. All right, everybody. That's the divine calling. Answer the call. Ratch now. I'm making this up. That's not what I planned to talk about. I let the divine come in. This is part of my calling to use love and laughter to remind others that they have beautiful gifts. So my gift, every last one of my books has the word gift in the title, or 3 of the 5 books, I should say, have the word gift in the title. My gift is using my gift of love and laughter and humor and heart to remind other people that they need to open their gifts and share them with the world. Somebody said, nailed it. Hey, PG Jones, PJ. Okay, so that's my conversation about the ancestor, Irene Cara. For those of you who came in late, my connection to her is that A, she's from New York. What up? B, I always loved her hair, that little straight bang, wavy, wavy hair. And C or D or E or F, that she used her gifts well, so well that she lived her legacy and she's left a legacy as well. She's one of our ancestors now. She belongs to all of us. And she's a beautiful reminder. And like I said, her eyes always seemed so full of emotion. And her voice was always so full of emotion and authenticity. And you could see her. I feel like we could really see and feel her. That lives in you too. Maybe not her type of particular skill. I can't sing at all, but I've got my version of my gift. What's your gift? Right, Sparkle. That's right. Is that my cousin? Hey, cousin Dana. Hey, cousin Dana. What are your gifts? I see you, sweetie. I love you. What are your gifts? What did you come here to do? Out here on my own. Sometimes I wonder. I can't. Irene Cara can. What can you do? Loved her too. Okay. Oh, somebody said something. So, Deborah, I should never be broke in a day in my life because I have so many talents. So let's have a moment with that. It's another wisdom gift. I'm gonna put the little banner up. You can go get this book for 99 cents, please, on Amazon. The Wisdom Gifts book. It's a collaboration between me and 29 authors. I gathered a group of incredible women to share their stories of their wisdom, their challenges, what they've overcome to become. And I did it because I know that those challenges, those life lessons, those yummy and yucky experiences in life live in you too, and you're meant to share them with others. I need you to share your wisdom with me so I know what to do, what not to do, what to do again. Teach me, and let me see that it lives within me as well. So there's that. But I wanted to speak to something that someone said about, with all the talents that I have, I should never be broke a day in my life. You can monetize your gifts, talents, and skills. In fact, that's what you're supposed to do. You don't have to, work a job that you hate. Why? Why? Why are you doing that? You're doing that because you think that's the only thing you can do. You're doing that because you haven't tapped into your gifts and talents and special abilities that could be shared in a way where they're monetized, right? Where, you've heard this phrase before, you do what you love and you don't work a day in your life. I promise you, there's some days on set that are really hard. And there's some days I've worked on, a show that was like, are we still filming at 3:00 in the morning? I want to take my girdle off. I want to take my Spanx off. I want to take these lashes off, or whatever. There's moments that may be challenging, but the truth is, it lights me up to do this work. Those of you know I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm an actress. I'm a comedian. I'm an author. I'm a speaker, and I coach, which is now my favorite, yummiest thing to do, that I get to do. And so therefore I get to put my gifts out in the world, share it with others, and invite them to invest with me so that I can teach, coach, and help them. So whoever it was who said that, the same for all of you. Like, how many people here know that you got a bunch of talents? You're like, man, I should not be broke. Never again. You should not be. You should be using that excellent thing that you have inside of you, those excellent things that you have inside of you, and turn them into products and goods and services and courses and little things that you sew, little crystals you make, little whatsoever it is that you do. Yes, I did say whatsoever. Whatsoever it is that you do, and people will happily pay you for that thing, for that service, for that lesson, for that book, for that service, for your knowledge, for your wisdom. You're right. You should never be broke. You should be sharing. And that's what I meant by monetize, in case you didn't know. Those of you here who are experts at what you do should not be, there's no reason to be broke. The divine gave it to you so that you could share it with others. And then the reciprocal energy is you get paid, you get monetary relief or monetary, you get to live, right? So there's that. So yeah. I'm a mentor, and I tell people that a job is a stepping stone to a career and a possible path to happiness. Well, yes, if that's your calling. So there's a job, a job, and then there's a career. And then there is, Dan, I would like to share, I'm going to submit for your approval. And those of you know who I'm doing, remember the old line from the Twilight Zones? Rod Sterling used to say, submit it for your approval, which means, let me think about that for a minute. There's a job, a job, there's a career, and then there's the calling. And my hope and wish and dream for every person here is that your career also be your calling. That when you picked up the phone, when the divine was calling, you said, just a moment, I'm going to talk to the divine here. When you picked up and answered the call, that the call was actually, how do I want to say this? Something that you really want to do and love to do, that is expansive. And don't get mad at me, not just something that makes the management rich. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Those of you who are in JOBs, I'm going to ask you to ask yourself if you're using your gifts and talents and skills to make the management rich. And I mean the management, I don't mean source, the creator, like the ultimate manager, like the ultimate boss. I'm talking about your bosses. Are you making them rich, or are you feeding your soul? And you can do both. You can become comfortable, and more than comfortable. I mean, comfortable financially. You can become financially, the word rich is charged for some people. So let's say wealthy, let's say financially well off, let's say financially sound. With your gifts and talents and skills, you can be doing that for yourself, for the world, without any intermediary, without any middleman. That's called entrepreneurship, by the way. So if you have a career, I'll give you an example. My mother, who I love dearly, was a teacher for 1,000 years, and she loved teaching. And I'm getting ready to tell you about another teacher of mine, who was the other ancestor I wanted to share with all of you before I let you all go. My mother was a teacher for a gabillion years, and a master teacher at that. And the way I know that is two ways. Number one, and those of you who know me know I've told this story before. In August, my mother would almost, she didn't say this, but the energy was, hey kids, fend for yourself. Mama's making her posters for her class. So like my mother, she was a loving mother, of course. She still cooked, but like most of the time it was like, you better heat something up because I'm making the posters for my new class. So she would take over the kitchen table, making her posters for her incoming class for the next year. I was like, I tease her to this day, go, Ma, August, you didn't cook, you didn't do nothing. I was getting ready for my class, and I tease her. She was so passionate about these little souls that were going to be coming into her room, that she was going to welcome them in and give them what they needed to have in order to succeed in life. This is a woman, my mother, 92 years old, who, so I know that number one, I'll say this. Number one, I know because I watched her passionately make posters for the kids. I watched her passionately use her own money to buy supplies when the school system didn't have any extra money. I watched her passionately pay for trips for the kids to take if their mothers and fathers couldn't afford it. I watched her passionately take an interest in the kids who may have had, because, my mother taught in what we refer to as do or die, Bed-Stuy, right? And so some of those kids were, she told me a story not too long ago about a little girl who I just knew she wasn't eating. I knew that her clothing, that she was not being cared for well because she was wearing the same clothing every day. She didn't come to school smelling so fresh all the time. And so she took it upon herself to have her come to school early and make sure she got washed up. And she went and used her own money to buy clothing for her and said nothing, like didn't go to the mother and say, "What's wrong with you? You're not feeding and clothing this baby." She just gave her a pack of clothing and said, "Take this home. These are some of your new outfits." That's it. She didn't make the mother bad or wrong for not caring for her. Who knows what was going on at home, right? This is somebody who had a calling and made it a career, but it was also her calling. This is what she wanted to do. So much so that she wanted me to do it. And I was like, I don't think that's my calling, but it's stable. My mother, for her, stability is one of the most important values to have. And she's like, I know you want to do this comedy thing, but you become a teacher. It's stable. And back then they were paying teachers better than they pay them now. And she retired with a love, retired well, because they were treating teachers right then, but still, not paying them the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they should, but I won't get on that soapbox. But she had a calling. She made it her career, and it remained her calling all of her life. I should say. She didn't become an entrepreneur. She didn't want to. That wasn't the life that she wanted. Her daughter wanted more freedom. So when I get a job on a show, I have management. I have, I'm making other people rich too. But I've answered my own calling to use my gifts and talents to help other people unlock their gifts and talents. So I hope that makes sense. Kia Thomas says, "This is awesome." That's awesome. I don't know what part was awesome, but I'm glad it was awesome for you. Awesome sauce. I have so many people here. I'm glad that you all are here. If you all are enjoying this, if this is enjoyable to you, feel free to share this with others. Even after this live stream is done, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this, share this with others. If any of this is touching you or you think it would be helpful to other people, I'm dropping nuggets. So just pick up these nuggets and enjoy. And so I would say to you, have your career, but have your calling too, because that's what makes life exciting. So that even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when people around you ain't acting right, whatever that means in your world, it's still worth it because you're answering your calling. You've answered the call. Thank you, whoever Facebook user is that said you're sharing. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Thomas. Appreciate you. Okay, so I'm going to take a sip of water. And by the way, I'm going to share this book one more time. Where is it? The Wisdom Gifts book. GIFTS stands for Gratitude, Intention, Forgiveness, Triumphs, and Self-Love. The Wisdom Gifts. It's available right now. It's like 99 cents on Kindle and $14.99. I reduced the price of the book for this season from $24.99 to $14.99. We are in our pre-sale status right now, and so that's why I reduced it, so it's really easy. And we're almost a bestseller. So if you all want to help us, all 30 of us become a bestseller, you can do that for like 99 cents. I love it. The Wisdom Gifts book. Okay. There's that. Okay. Hello, Yvette. Hello, Malika. Hello. Oh, thank you. So Egypt Lanier. Hope I'm saying that right. Lanier. Thank you for giving me some stars. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate that. That's so wonderful. And You're named after one of my favorite places on earth, Egypt. Thank you. Okay. I'm loving this experience. Oh, I'm a cheerleader to others and a motivator to others. I'm an inspiration. My biggest strength, I have lots of patience and I love to help serve. I love now. You don't even know this, but I'm wearing a t-shirt that says inspired. So I will be, Edwina, if you're all right with that, I'm going to be inspired by you right now. Okay. And so you are helping me without knowing that you're helping me get into the next person I want to talk about. And I'm going to try not to cry. That you said that you're a cheerleader for others. Those of you who know me, I've talked about this before. I wasn't a cheerleader in high school, but I was a twirler on the cheerleading squad. And the reason why I told you all about Irene Cara, because Irene Cara, again, was in the movie Fame. The movie Fame was about the school, the High School for the Performing Arts, which now has changed its name. I tried to get into the High School for the Performing Arts, and then I chickened out. Thank you, Valencia McAdams, for the stars. Thank you, Valencia, for the stars. I appreciate you. So that's my connection to the High School for the Performing Arts and the high school and to Irene Cara. I wanted to go to that high school, but I chickened out at the last minute and went, well, was zoned to go to Erasmus Hall, knew I was going to probably get stabbed because I'm ever so corny. So instead, I took a test to go to a very different school. And this is my connection. I went to a school called Brooklyn Technical High School. You had to take a test to get into the school. Now, here's what I just, let me take you back. I was too scared to take the audition to get into the High School for the Performing Arts. So instead, I took a test to get into Brooklyn Technical High School. Valerie Roach, thank you for the stars. I appreciate you. And those of you who are giving me stars and sharing, thank you so, so much. Your Pia is a metaphysical, holistic social worker and energy healer. You're my kind of people. You're all the things. I love it. We need you in the world. Thank you. Thank you. Fellow Tech Knight. Oh, you were an engineer too, Nicole. So I don't know if you've heard the news, Nicole. You were a cheerleader. Were you a booster? Were you a cheerleader? What were you? What year? So I don't know if you've heard the news yet, but our beloved advisor, Miss Ski, passed away. I want to say yesterday. Somebody else just gave me stars. Thank you so much. I'm going to try not to cry through this. Lonnie Groom, massive stars. I don't even know what that means. I'm getting a message. Thank you for the massive stars. I went to Tech. Yes, Dan Francis. You went to Tech, Dan? My kind of people. Class of 80. I went to Brooklyn Technical High School. Now, the geniusness of that is that here it was, I was afraid to audition, but instead I knew that I had enough of a brain that I needed to go someplace where I would feel safe. Edwina Burns, thank you for the massive stars. I'm just going to leave this window open because I keep getting the clicks. Thank you so much for letting me know. Team Kim, also known as Dr. EJJ, my beloved. Thank you. Hey, Tia, welcome. So, yeah, Dan, I went to Tech. Did you go too? Any of my Tech Knights here light this up. So our beloved advisor, Elizabeth Skibara, just passed away. And so I'm going to try to get through this without crying. That's not going to happen. So I went to Brooklyn Tech. I thought that it was the right school to go to because you have to be really smart to get in. And I always say, they let me in. Like, I'm not that kind. I didn't think I was that kind of smart. Again, hateration, all of myself. I didn't think I was that kind of smart because my friends to this day are engineers and architects and, big, deep thinkers and, critical thinkers and can build cities and engineer things and, build computers. Like, I just wanted to make people laugh. It turned out to be the absolute right place for me to go because it was the breeding ground for me to feel as if I belonged. I wouldn't have lasted at Erasmus Hall High School. I'm certain I would have gotten beat up because I'm super corny. Candace Lewis, thank you for the stars, sis. I appreciate you. I felt like I wouldn't have lasted at the High School for the Performing Arts. I was like, I'm not good enough to be in there. which later I found out that they train you to be good. You don't have to be good. You just say yes and you walk in and you take the dancing classes and the acting classes and the music classes. Like I would have found my tribe, but I didn't think I belonged there. So I went to Brooklyn Tech instead. And I now know that I absolutely belonged there because my trajectory of who I am to this day happened there. There's someone who was there who was at the time, I believe she was an English teacher and later became coach for the cheerleaders. Became a coach for the cheerleaders. Her name was Elizabeth Skibara. Petite, curly hair, Italian, fiery, and warm. Fiery and intense. Fiery, and when I say fiery, like she saw your greatness even if you didn't. And I didn't realize that until years later. She has just passed away. We all called her Ski. So anybody here who went to Tech, you know who Ski is because she later became assistant principal. Like this is somebody who was an educator. Remember we talked about answering the call? When God called, God, the universe, spirit, source, Allah, the most high, however you language it, when that energy called, she answered, hello. Yes, this is Elizabeth Skibara. Oh, really? I'll be working with children. Oh, I love children. All right. Okay. Is it okay if I'm sassy? Yeah, I'm going to be sassy with them because that's what I do. All right. Well, then I'm going to do my thing. I'm so silly. I want to open up something because I saw that her brother put on her Facebook page a quote that she used to love to give at the commencement speeches. And I'm going to share this with you in just a moment, which is what made me want to come and talk to you all today about living and leaving your legacy. This is a woman who maybe 5'2", maybe not even that tall, but big personality. When I knew her, she was coaching the cheering squad. She made us better. So when you coach a cheering squad, I imagine that, you have them learn the routines, you guide them through, what is the uniform going to look like? You guide them through keeping their grades up so they can have permission from their parents to stick in it. That was my thing. Ski, she was, like I said, a big personality and as beloved as any teacher ever could be. I never took classes. Like I said, I do think she was an English teacher, but later became coach, later became assistant principal, later went to another high school and became an administrator there. And at the time of her passing was an administrator at the Brooklyn Technical High School alumni. People who went to Tech loved that place. There are people who, as they say, bleed blue because blue is our school color, blue and white. I went to that school thinking it's a consolation prize. At least I'm going to go someplace where a bunch of smart kids and they ain't going to beat nobody up. But didn't know that my sense of humor, my wacky way of being would be nurtured in this place. Thank you, Pia King, for the stars. Thank you. Now, here's the geniusness of this. I thought all along that Elizabeth Skibara, the new ancestor that I have and that many thousands of us now have, I didn't think she liked me very much. Because with me, she was like one of those tough love kind of people. I was like, she doesn't like me. I didn't think she liked me. And of course, I was on the cheering squad. And in fact, I was secretary of the twirlers. So I spent a lot of time with her because she advised the whole squad and absolutely advised, the leadership of the cheering squads. If you were the head cheerleader, the coach, the captain and co-captain, I was the secretary. And really, mostly because I knew how to win friends and influence people. I knew how to captivate people with my comedy. High school is where I discovered my sense of humor because I remember walking in and still feeling inadequate, right? And going, I'm kind of chubby. Somebody here is going to tease me for being fat. Like I ain't going to get beat up because it's a bunch of, pocket protecting kids, kids who put their glasses on like this and pocket protectors. Like I said, you had to be really smart to go to the school. And of course, there were a bunch of cool kids that went to school there too. Of course, there are cool kids everywhere and smart kids everywhere. But I was like, I don't know if I'm going to fit in here that good either. So if I make them laugh, then I'll win friends and influence people. I'm going to cover up how insecure I feel by just making them laugh, not knowing that I was building a skill at the time that I would use to this day. Now, here comes, oh, 111. Pia just told me that 111 people are here. It's a spiritual number. I know that number well because it's my birthday. 111 is my birthday. So thank you for letting me know, Pia, that 111, then I'm in the right place, 100%. Okay, so the whole time I was in school and on the cheering squad, I didn't think that Ski liked me because I felt that she was a little, like I said, a little tough love with me. Now, because I'm a little sensitive, I think if people give me tough love, then it must not, I hear the tough before I hear the love. And she was never mean or rude or nasty to me, but I think I got on her nerves because I was always trying to make the girls laugh. I was always trying to make the cheering squad, hey guys, like I would make up little songs to go in our, we would go to practice and she would have us stretch. And so I called the stretch the flower children because I was trying to inspire them to stretch as far and wide. And it was the 70s. And what were the 70s doing? People were being flower children. I was told many, many years later that the squad still does that stretch and they go 1, 2, 3, 4 flower children. Those girls have no idea that Kim Coles created that to make everybody laugh and make everybody, feel welcomed and make everybody stretch their arms as wide as possible because that's in my mind what flower children did. I don't know. Don't ask me to explain it. It was my gift and my calling. I answered the call. Thank you, Victoria Jones for the stars. Victoria Jones gave me stars. So thank you. All right. So now, Elizabeth Skibara, Ski, as we call her, just passed away. For years, I didn't think she liked me. About 10 years ago or so, I went back to the school, and I've been back to Brooklyn Tech several times over the years. There was a TV show doing a retrospective on Kim Coles, like where are they now kind of thing. And I was like, let's go back to Brooklyn Tech, which is the place that I discovered that I know how to captivate with comedy. I know how to make people laugh. And that's the way I connect. We all have different ways that we connect with others using our gifts and talents and skills. That's the other piece of the thing. So those of you may have come in late, I started asking a series of questions about what are your gifts and how do you share them in the world? And what is your legacy? How are you living your legacy right now? Well, I figured out that if I used humor, I could fit in. I didn't know that it would become my calling and my career. And when I went back to the school and I, had a camera crew following me and, Ski was there as the assistant principal at the time. And I got a chance to hug her. And she's one of those people who, you ever meet those people who they hug you before you even enter their space? Do you know those people who they open their arms to receive you 10 feet away? So I'm walking down the hallway. They told me that she was in her office and they said, we're going to have the camera come around and follow you down the hallway until you find her. She came out of her office and started hugging me before I even get Kim, one of those kind of people. And here I am where did I think this woman didn't like me? Because she gave me tough love, because she, made sure that I was where I needed to be when I needed to be there, or because she was like, okay, Kim, you've made everybody laugh now. Let's get back to practice. Well, I asked her about that. I don't think I said to her, I thought you didn't like me. I don't think I said, I wouldn't have had the guts to say that to her face. But I did say, I think I used to get on your nerves. She's a Virgo. She let me know that I did. But sweetly said, you did, because you were always making everybody laugh. And I could tell that you were using humor to cover something up. And I think that that's the thing that maybe didn't get on her nerves. It's just she saw the real me. That here I was trying really hard to make everybody laugh. And I think it as a teacher, as a coach, as a mentor, as somebody who's there to hold the well-being of the children that she's been charged with, she saw through me that I was using the humor as a way to don't look at my foibles, don't look at what's wrong with me. We're just going to laugh and stretch and be. And I think that there were times when I interrupted what was going on because I was busy trying to make the kids laugh. And so she told me that. She said, "What do you mean? I love you. You made me laugh. Sometimes you got on my nerves. Sometimes you got on my nerves, but what are you talking about?" And so I had a chance to have that moment to go back to a mentor, to go back to a teacher and just see them the way they saw me. So I knew you were going to make it. I knew you were going to be fine. I knew you were going to be fine. Sometimes you got on my nerves. You interrupted what we were doing. I mean, she's a Virgo. You cannot interrupt a Virgo when they're making their magic. You cannot. Let the Virgos be excellent the way they came here to be. But here it was, I was trying to make them laugh. And she said, "You just got on my nerves sometimes, but I loved it because I knew you were making everybody laugh." And so I feel like I had my moment with her to go, I knew you were going to do well. I saw the real you. I knew that you were covering up. I knew you were using humor to cover something up, and you didn't need to do that. You were already great. And so being your authentic self, and we do that, you don't always want people to know all the, like, don't look behind the man behind the curtain. Not everything is meant for everyone to see, but just know that there are people in this world who see the real you, who love you as you are, who are standing for your greatness. And Ski was that for me. And so I want you to think, thank you, Victoria. I want you to think of someone in your life, or perhaps you are this for someone. Well, I'll ask it this way. How can you be a stand for someone's greatness and see them as they are? See them as perfectly imperfect and see all of their beauty, all of their strength, see and witness and acknowledge all of their gifts, even if they're getting on your nerves. Like, I know I got on her nerves because she was telling us to stretch and get ready to practice. And I'll be like, "We're flower children." She was like, "Dad, Kim Coles, if you don't be quiet right now." And then she would giggle at me. I've been to her home because I was, in the leadership of the cheering squad. I met her family. She let me in. She let me in. And now she's gone on to be an ancestor. So Miss Ski, wherever you are, we love you. She went on to affect thousands of kids. Like, there are thousands of kids right now. When I say kids, people my age and older and younger. My brother went to the same high school as me. He knows who this woman is, right? Thousands of people that she absolutely lived her legacy. When she walked down the hallway, "Hey, Miss Ski, hey, Miss Ski." She was beloved by everyone just by showing up and answering the call, making it her career, but being very clear that it was a calling, down to the fact that she went on to be on the board of directors of the alumni. Who does that? I love the kids so much. I want to love on them even after they grow up. So she had the same effect on many of us, right? Rest in peace, rest in power, rest in sassiness. She was a little sassy. She was a Virgo. They're sassy. They know things, they do things. And if you just do what they tell you to do, life will be much easier. She's the ultimate coach. Just do what I want you to do. She was sassy like that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Pia. Thank you. I'll put the link here. So I just wanted to come and share today. I'm going to try to wrap it up. Where's my banner? What I didn't share with all of you, you can go to the Wisdom Gifts book. And like I said, it's only 99 cents on Kindle, or $14.99. There's 29 other authors all sharing their gifts of wisdom. I want you just to honor your wisdom, honor your authenticity, honor your gift, honor your gifting. That's how you answer the call. And it's never too late. The phone is still ringing. That's why we get little pings and little reminders of what we should be doing. I think the creator is like, I keep tapping you on the shoulder. Those of you know I do this, and I don't mean to be blasphemous in any way, because I'm a fan of all the faiths. Like, whatever your belief system is, yep, you're right. You believe it, I'm there with you. I personally believe that there's more than one way to get to the creator, to get to God's source, the universe. I language it many different ways. So I'm open to however you, as people always say, the God of your understanding. So one of the things that I was just reminded to say to you It's something that my beloved Dr. EJ, some of you know him, he always says that um, there's someone praying for you, someone praying for the solution that you are uniquely designed to give, share, be, express. There's somebody like waiting for you to answer the call, and they're praying for you, and you get to be an answered prayer. That's how he talks about it, that what you're here to do, your business, your brand, your gifting, your fill in the blank, what you're excellent already at doing, what other people look at you and go like, girl, I'm so glad you showed up, because now fill in the blank. Sir, whoo, I'm so glad you're here now, because now we can fill in the blank. Man, every time you fill in the blank, I'm so glad, because now I know it's done. Fill in the blank, whatever your blank is, your gifting, your calling, your excellence. That's your legacy. You're here to live it and leave it. And it is an answered prayer for someone else. Who are you not to share that with the world? Who are you not? And this is the blasphemous part. But I don't think it's blasphemous, because my creator knows me. They sent you here to do it. Like, wait a minute. I sent her there to do that thing, and she's not doing it. She thinks she's too old. I sent him there, and he's too busy doing other things. But you pay attention, man. Hey, man, I sent you there to do that thing. Go do that thing. Why are they not doing that thing? I sent them. And I think that when we step into our calling, I think the creator goes, thank me. Thank God. Thank source. Thank creator. Thank universe. Thank me. They're figuring it out. All right, here's what's fitting to happen. They're doing that thing I sent them there to do. We're going to need some resources. All right. So can I get the angels? You want to come on board? Hello, Jesus, come on through. You two, what are you? Who are you? Some angel spirit guides. Come on. I think that they, who are you? Ascended masters? All the ascended masters. Come on. Who are you? One of the Greek gods? Who Isis. Come on, Isis. Thank me, you're here. Thor, one of the Norse gods, come on in. Sekhmet, woo, Sekhmet is here. Woo, thank you. Name me some Roman gods. Name me the Greek gods. Name me the Norse gods. Name me the African, the Orishas. The Orishas have arrived. Woo, the Orishas are here. Here's what we all fitting to do. We need to send them some resources. We need to send them all the resources. She's going to be walking down the street tomorrow, and she's going to run into so-and-so who has a business, who's been saying, I've been looking for you. You should call me tomorrow. I got something for you. I need him to walk into a bookstore, because there's a book I need to fall off the shelf, and hit him on his toe, and he's going to pick up the book and go like, oh, this is a book about such and such. I've been wanting to learn about this. He's going to read that book, learn about that thing, and go build a whole business around it. I'm telling you, like, the resources are on their way the minute you answer the call. Answer the call. Whole heaven team. In fact, I have a book somewhere on my shelf. It's my heavenly assistants. Like, you have heavenly assistants. You have a whole team of heavenly assistants waiting to help. Like, what do you need? Okay. All right. Let's get you in position. I really think that the universe, I think God is like, oh, you're doing that thing I sent. You're gonna do it. You answer the call. Okay, let me send you some resources. Let me put you in a program. Let me send you a coach. Hey, Benny Jones Jr., thank you for the stars. Sekhmet. Oh, I love Sekhmet. Pia, I got to meet Sekhmet. Oh. So Sekhmet, in case you all don't know, is an Egyptian goddess. She has the face of a cat, body of a woman, and she's fierce. I got to meet her. I forget what temple it was, but there was a special space where she was, and when you walk in, you feel it. That's all I'll say. I was like, Sekhmet is my girl. She's a goddess, and she's a warrior, and she's strong, and don't get me started. Sekhmet. I love her. Yeah. Okay. I'm all over the place. The resources are there for you. Find your inspiration. Hi, Tea Lounge. Hi, the Tea Lounge. Thank you for being here. Hi, Stephanie Walker. Hey, Rick. Williams. You like my content? Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Eva Bellamy. Biggie Valley. You're writing a book now called The Brooklyn Quran. Thank you for writing The Brooklyn Quran. Thank you. We need it. Thank you. We need your wisdom. We need your legacy. Who will read that book and go, oh, I have an awakening. I'm better now. I understand now. Or they may question things like, is that what that means? Okay. You're going to leave your legacy. Live and leave your legacy. Ratch now. Ratch now. I'm thanking Ski. Oh, Monica, you're not late. You're right on time. Right on time. You are in divine timing right now. So, what have we learned today? Ashe. Ashe. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. My ancestor Isis took me on a Christmas spirit. I think made a decision. A certain thing will happen. So that the dream, you're listening to your dreams, listening to your calling, listening to the taps on the shoulder, listen to, pay attention to all of the signs, pay attention to all of the moments. Look at your life with wonder and wander through it with wonder and wander. My beloved EJ always says, look at life with childlike wonder, I should say. Excuse me. Childlike wonder. Look at it new. Yeah, I got my wisdom. By the way, that is a wisdom. And I don't mean wisdom. To me, wisdom is not learned it, got it. Don't need to learn that again. No, thank you. Got it. Wisdom is not that you know everything. Part of wisdom is that there's so much more to experience and learn and enjoy. By the way, yeah, we are her legacy, Iris. We are. Oh, Iris. Mwah! Hello, how are you? We are her legacy. She was I would consider, she's one of those people I would call her a tough cookie. She was a tough cookie with a heart of gold. And saw me, and I didn't know she saw me. Like I said, I thought I was getting on her nerves. I think I was getting on her nerves because she saw the greatness in me, and maybe she thought I was trying to make people laugh too much, that I wasn't letting people learn from me. Maybe that's it. I'm making that up. I think I interrupted her with all the jokes, and she was seeing the real me, that I was actually really vulnerable, really scared, and trying to be the best version of myself. And later she got to tell me that. And she told me she was proud of me. Miss Ski. Now, I want to say this to you. I've been giving you some coaching questions tonight based on a coaching program that I have, a little snippet of a coaching program that I'm now doing right now. And I haven't had a chance to put it on social media yet because it's actually part of a bigger program that I have. And I decided to take a piece of it out and offer it to 10 people right now. I'm going to put the link up right now. It's called Captivate with Kim. And I have 10 spots. Actually, I have 9 spots. No, I have 8 spots left. As of today, I have 8 spots left. And what I do when I coach with clients one-on-one is a version of this. I get to know you. I ask you empowering questions that open you up in a brand new way. Thank you for the stars. Who was that? That was Anna Williams. Thank you for the stars. So I call this Captivate Coaching. And like I said, it's part of a bigger program that I have. But I thought at this time of year, wouldn't it be nice to work with 10 people, or now 8 more folks, to just get them really dialed in on what makes them captivating. So remember I talked about wisdom and learning, and I'm a lifelong learner, and I became certified in a type of coaching that I then added to my own coaching to add even more depth. So I already coach people, and my coaching is usually around storytelling, purpose and passion, manifestation, business building. EJ and I together have business building type courses and content and programs. So building your entrepreneurial life, which is why I was so passionate about answering your call and then teaching it to other people, sharing it with other people. So storytelling, purpose, passion, and business building. And a piece of all of that, the thing that grounds all of that is you. You as your magnificent, perfectly perfect, imperfect self. Imagine that you, especially if you're in business, that you are branding yourself from the perspective of the people that you will serve. In other words, there's a way that you already captivate others. There's already a way of your beingness that has people drawn to you. Remember a couple of minutes ago, I asked you, what are you already excellent at? What do people compliment you on? Those are hints that that's what you should be doing. That's actually the only thing you should be doing. You shouldn't be working a job, time to make the donuts. Remember that commercial? The Dunkin' Donuts commercial? The guy would get up, time to make the donuts. There was no joy in it. Meanwhile, the donuts are delicious, but there was no joy in what he was doing. You need to be having joy. You need to, when I say need to, I mean that with love. The only way you should be living your life right now, the only way you could be and should be living your legacy and leaving your legacy is by the way you show up with your authenticity and dial it up. So imagine that you get to be in the world as you already are. Being different is good. In fact, the system that I learned is that different is better than better. So if you're in business, there is no competition because there's only one you. And if you bring your whole self to everything that you do, your uniqueness is the thing that will make your customers, your clients, your audience, and the world lean in and go, how can I get some of that? So what you do is similar to what you do, but I'm resonating with you. So here, take my wallet. Here, let me work with you. Here, I'd like to hire you because I resonate with who you are. And so many of us are trying to be something else because we think that that's, we're trying to fit into a box. And I'm saying you are the box. You captivate others. You fascinate others. You radiate. You inspire others. Wear my t-shirt. You inspire others just by being you. So why not be, as Dr. Seuss would say, the youiest you? That's the foundation of the coaching that I'm offering. It's called Captivate Coaching. You can go to Captivate with Kim, and I'm giving $500 off. I'm looking for 10 people because that's what I can handle right now. Excuse me, 10 folks. Actually, I'm looking for 8 more people because 2 people stepped into the program. What it is, it's 2 one-on-one calls with me. I send you this assessment. You get a 30-page report. And out of this report comes an archetype. There's an archetype of who you already are. There are words and communications and ways of being that you already show up. And what's cool about this test is that it's not a regular personality test. It's not about how you see the world, it's how the world sees you. That's what makes it different and unique. It's how the world already sees you as you are, as you show up every single day beautifully as yourself. And then we take that and we dial that up. So if you're in business, we take that and we add that to your business. If there's something you're thinking about starting and doing, we take that and add it on. And so that way you get to wear what's most comfortable. Like, I don't know if you've ever put on stuff that don't fit and then you try to wear it anyway. That don't fit you. Even if you put on some Spanx, it doesn't fit. Maybe it'll be fit for a minute, but it'll be highly uncomfortable. I'm saying to you, oh, thank you, EJ. Actually, there's only 7 slots left. So thank you, whoever already stepped in. Thank you. Thank you. What we do is we take this assessment, it's 30 pages, and then I go through the assessment with you because there's some things on the assessment that aren't there, meaning I use my coaching that I've done in other areas and add it to the assessment that's there. And then we customize it for you. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. And there's coaching programs, there's courses you can take, there's ways of working with large groups of people, which is awesome. But my favorite thing to do is work one-on-one with people. And so that's why I took this piece out of my larger program and thought, let me just offer this right now, especially at the end of 2022, as we go into the new year. Imagine going into the new year with the words, the phrases, the energy of what you should be saying and being so that people resonate with you. So if you're looking for really dialing in your purpose, this would be great coaching for you. If you already have a business, this would be great coaching for you. If you are, and on the sales page, I put that if you're a speaker or leader or professional or entrepreneur or business owner, perfect for you, because you're now going to start speaking in the language that is most aligned with who you already are. And you're going to speak in the language of the people who need to hear your voice will hear the best. You'll get an archetype. You'll learn your archetype. Can I tell you all my archetype? And you'll see that it fits. I took this test many, many years ago, and I love the work so much, which is why I became certified in it. So, yes, I could be on TV. Yes, I'm still waiting for the reunion. Yes, I just booked a new job. Yes, I'm on the Surreal Live hanging out with Dennis Rodman. Yes, I've written a new book. And I'm a student of humanness. I said the other day, excuse me, that humans be humaning. And I love it. I'm a storyteller. So my archetype is I'm a catalyst. I came to this earth to be a catalyst. I came to this earth to be in the in-between space, to create space for you to be awesome. My job is to bring this from over here and bring this from over here and bring this from over here. And I found this other thing from over here, and then be a catalyst for change in your life by sharing it with you. It's what I came here to do. So as a comedian, I can do it. As an actress, I can do it. As a coach, it's what I love to do too, right? When we work together, it's me seeing and holding space for the best version of you. So when I work with my clients, they don't know this. Anybody who's ever worked with me, and there's some of you are here tonight. I fall in love with who you already are, and I fall in love with what we're going to create together. So it starts with love and a safe space. I create a safe space for you to be vulnerable and for you to be figuring it out as we figure it out together. So that's number one. Number two, you take this assessment test, and then I go through it with you. And what I add on top of it is my intuitive um, abilities. So I bring to everything I do all that I have always been. Like I said, I'm almost 61. I bring all 61 years, all 37 years of those in show business, and 10 years of those as a coach. So I bring all of that to the table. And then we customize uh, um, um, the work such that you feel comfortable stepping into the greatest version of yourself. I hold space, and I fall in love with you already. I fall in love with who you are, and I fall in love with who you are becoming, because you're always becoming something great. Always, in the way I look at you, because I look at everything through the lens of love. And then we go through this work, and we go through this series of exercises to get you to find out what your archetype is, and to get you to find out the words that you should and could be using and infusing in every area of your life. So, for example, we call it an anthem. One of my anthems is I'm a captivating storyteller, and I help you become a captivating storyteller. Whether you're a speaker, whether you're a storyteller, whether you're a teacher, whether you're writing books, whatever it is you're doing, the work that I came here to do, some of the work I came here to do was to be a captivating storyteller. We will help you come up with an anthem that you can use everywhere in your life. So any branding that I do, any website that I build, any content that I build it through the lens of being a captivating storyteller. I do well when I add story to anything that I do, because it's what I love. Story is my jam. It's what I love to do. So I do well to, everyone who's here tonight, there's like, I see 838 comments, 838, interactions, 110 people are here right now. Y'all are here. I don't know why you're here, but I hope you're here. I hope that you're here because you feel that I'm captivating you with my stories. And I hope that you feel that you will see yourself, that I see you in me and you see me in you. Does that make sense? So when we work together, we turn this up completely. You will be left feeling, you will feel seen, heard, acknowledged. You will feel connected to the success that you're meant to, to live and leave. You will feel connected to the legacy more than ever. You will feel clear. You will get clear. Clarity is the beginning of everything. Awareness is the beginning of everything. I'm going to show you and walk with you through your gifts, talents, and abilities and show you how getting clear on your gifts, talents, abilities, and purpose will create the life that you want, will create everything that you want, will create it for yourself, and I'll show you how to create it for other people. Remember, I said this is a piece of a bigger program that we have, and I wanted to give you a taste of what it's like for us to work together in just 2 sessions and this series of assessments and my intuitive uh, touch and my all the wisdom that I bring to the table, along with what you bring to the table. Together we'll work it out, and you will be left with clarity, a sense of freedom, and also a sense of acknowledgement. I think one of the things that I know that we need more than ever, we need all the time, and we need now more than ever, is a sense of certainty and a sense of acknowledgement. You know, and I don't talk about the ego acknowledgement, like thank you, like my hair, thank you. Finally, somebody paid attention. Not like in a way where you're seeking attention. Just acknowledgement that you belong, acknowledgement that you are important, acknowledgement that your life is meant for something great. That's the work that we do. And that's how you'll feel. You will feel as if you have been acknowledged. And the work that I do, and I say this with all humility and all like, yup, a great mix of humility and confidence. This work is meant to be life affirming. It's meant for you to go, oh, okay, got it. You're meant to go, I see myself, and now I want others to see me too. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but I really do mean that the more of us that see our lives, when we feel affirmed and acknowledged, that's what keeps the world turning in a place of peace and joy. When you feel, and tell me if this resonates with you, when you're feeling good about something, and I don't mean good in a egoic way. I mean like really good, like really feeling affirmed and acknowledged and seen and heard and celebrated. Tell me you don't walk out in the world and you have a little extra pep in your step and other people feel it and see it too. And that's one of the ways other people can get what? Inspired by you. I swear, I'm starting a podcast about being inspired, right? And ready to fill that void. Yes, Pia, that you're filling the void that you sense inside of you, and then you fill it for yourself, and then you can get about the business of helping others fill their void in their way. Remember, I gave you my favorite quote. One of my favorite quotes is, you can have everything that you want if you just help enough people get what they want. You can have everything you want. So the success that you want, the wealth that you want, the love that you want, the house that you want, the little doggy that you want, all the little things, all the little material things, and all the things that cannot be touched but can only be felt. You can have all of them. Your job on this earth is to help other people get what they want. And you do that by being your best self. You do that by showing up and being your unique, yummy self, being your imperfectly perfect self. And by the way, I'll give you a hint. If you're looking for what it is you think you should be doing, it's actually the thing that you healed in yourself, or you're on your way to healing within yourself. Because if I'm telling the truth and if I'm honoring Elizabeth Skivara, who passed away yesterday. Those of you who may know, I went to Brooklyn Tech. Some of my tech nights may be here. I might be telling you for the first time that Ski, our beloved Ski, just passed away. The way you get to live and leave your legacy, the way you get to be great, is you get to heal the thing in you that needed to be healed, or be on the path towards healing, or at least looking at it. She saw in me that I was hiding something by being funny. Turns out that being funny paid off for me. But the truth is, what I was hiding is feeling that I didn't belong. As I've spent my lifetime healing, I don't think I belong, because I was always a little weird, a little corny. I ain't cool. I ain't a cool chick. There's nothing cool about me. I'm a cornball, but I accept myself for that right now. I'm goofy as all get out. It works for me. Why fight against it? Why pretend to be sleek and sophisticated? I've got some sophisticated. I got great taste. Why pretend to be sophisticated? Why pretend to be a badass chick? You know, those like, I'm a boss babe. I am none of that. I'm just showing up as a leader in my life, and then I show up as a leader the way I show up. Right? So if I show up as my authentic self and I uncover that I absolutely belong by giving myself permission to belong, I'm on my way to healing that. Okay. Ooh, let me teach that to other people. Let me teach that others have gifts. I came up with a whole acronym because I was searching for my gift. Because I want to teach others that the gift is already there. You don't even have to look very far. And so when you work with me, this is what we do. We don't even have to look really far. You're already doing it. Hint, you're already doing it, and when you're on the path to healing it, you will heal it in yourself as you show others that it can be healed and hold in them as well. And hold as in WHOLED, hold, healed and hold. You're kidding, EJ, really? 3 spots left. All right, I made an intention that I wanted 10 people in this coaching program. You go to captivatewithkim.com, and I'm offering $500 off Wretch now. And I'm looking for 10 people. And if I can fit 2 more people in, I will. I'm just like, I know that 10 can work with my schedule, because the holidays are here, and we'll actually get started as soon as we can. You get two one-on-one 45-minute calls with me. I'll put it on Zoom. I'll record it so you have it. You'll get this really cool assessment tool that takes only 5 minutes to take, but it's so cool because you will learn how the world already sees you. And when you see the words that describe you, you're going to go, I resonate with that. Ooh, that's me. I've always been that. You mean all I got to do is show up and do more of that? Great. And then together we'll come up with the words. We'll actually create an anthem, which is better than an elevator pitch, which is better than a mission statement. It's like a mission statement on rocket fuel. So that every time you show up, you could say to people, now I've got several, but the one I'm using today is, I'm a captivating storyteller. That doesn't make you go, ooh, what's that? Let me lean in. Oh, I see how you could do that. Captivating storytelling is what I teach. That's not just storytelling. It's how I'm captivating. I'm going to bring you in. I'm just going to be my goofy self. My words are bold, innovation, joyful. Every time I show up as that, I'm going to win. If I try to be anything else, it don't fit. My beloved Miss Ski saw that even then. I'm now more than ever a stand for you stepping into the best version of yourself. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was joyful. It's hard how we judge ourselves, the authentic self. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient with yourself. I'll leave you with this. Treat yourself the way you would treat your own best friend. And I don't mean like a friend that's on the edge, or like one of your what is it? Frenemies. Like, I don't even understand that. Either you're my friend or you're my enemy, or not even enemy. You're just somebody who I don't even want in my world. I ain't even got time for the enemies all up in my space. I got time for friends and acquaintances. That's it. So I don't even know what frenemies are. I don't get that. What would you say to your best friend? Would you let your best friend say the things that you say to yourself? Oh, I'm so, ugh, I never, I'm so, oh, would you talk? Do you say, you stop, best friend, stop talking like that. Here's what I see in you that's beautiful. You would not talk to your best friend the way you sometimes talk to yourself in your head. Captivating storyteller. You like that? You want to? All right, McTate, I believe you. Captivating storyteller. And like I said, my archetype is I'm a catalyst. This is what I'm here to do. The more I do it, the better I enjoy the life that I'm living and leaving, the legacy that I'm living and leaving. I'm forever grateful to those teachers and mentors. Tonight I started talking about Irene Cara, who we just lost, and Elizabeth Skibara, who we call Ski, who was a perfect example of someone who touched the lives of so many kids who to this day love her and love on her. And even as she's passed away, I want to read something to you that I got from her Facebook page that her brother left. That I didn't know this. It was a speech, or I should say, a quote that she would often say at commencement speeches. And it's Rena Swensel. She spoke of Santa Clara Pueblo. I don't know what that means, but I believe it's Rena Swensel who used to say this, but Elizabeth Skibara used to share this with other people. What we are told as children is that people, when they walk on the land, leave their breath wherever they go. So, wherever we walk, that particular spot on the earth never forgets us. And when we go back to those places, we know that the people who have lived there are in some way still there, and that we can actually partake of their breath and of their spirit. That embodies to me what legacy is, that everywhere you go and in everything that you do, you're still there. And that everyone that comes behind you, around you, years and years later, your energy, your spirit, the fact that you walked in that place, your energy is still there. And that we can partake of the great ones. We can partake of the ancestors. We can partake of our past teachers and family members and aunties and uncles and crazy cousins. We can partake of, of those souls who walked in that space and breathed in that space, and that greatness lives in us as well. I wanted to come and share that with you. It was actually that quote that made me go, I got to go live and talk about wisdom. I got to go live and talk about leaving your legacy and living your legacy right now. And that it's my joy to show up as me. And it's my joy to remind others that they must show up as themselves. And I think that that is the way that we will heal the world in whatever way that it needs healing. I think that that is the way, and maybe this is me being a 70s, child, the age of Aquarius is upon us, that this is the way that we'll heal the world, by healing ourselves, by stepping into our greatness, by not caring what all them people out there have to say, but aligning to what the higher version of ourselves has to say, not the little self who tells us that we're bad or wrong or weird, unless weird is good. Sometimes weird is good. You're different, you're unique, and different is better than better. And that's why you're here, to be a beautiful expression of why you were sent here. So figure out what it is you were sent here to do and then do it. And if you want my help on that, I'm happy to do so. You can go to Captivate with Kim to learn about my current program. As I last found out, we've got 3 spaces left. Would love to work with you. I'm going to continue doing this kind of work. I'm going to continue reminding you of your greatness. because I need you to be great. Like we all need you to show up and be great. Answer the call. Like I said, what's that? Oh, excuse me, my phone is ringing. Yeah, hello. For those of you who came on late, we're answering the call. Well, you all have a calling. I'm just answering my calling right now. Yes, it's the creator calling me. So just a minute. Yes, hello. Hello, how are you? Of course, you're wonderful. You're the most high. There's a calling on my life. Still. Oh, I thought my calling was gone. There's still a calling on my life. I'm still being called to do something. And what would that be? Be great. That's it. All I have to do is be great. Do that thing, do those like actually live those ideas you've put in my head. So when I dream at night, those things you want me to do those things. Oh, how am I going to do that? I don't know how. The how will be made clear. So just take the first step. Take the first step, and the way, the path will be illuminated for me. Really? That's how it works? Like, I think I got to do stuff. I don't have to do, I have to be. Okay. I just have to be. Okay. Just be what? My magnificent self. I am wonderfully made. Okay. You mean I just got to show up and just do me? Show up and do me and help others. Show up and do me. And again, I don't have to know the how right now because I'm really dying to know the how. Well, don't die. I don't want to die yet. No, I still have some living to do. Okay. So you're going to make sure that I live a little while longer so I can keep doing that thing. I'm talking right now to my calling, God. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Well, I'm sharing it with people right now because I'm like, well, you already know because you know everything. All right. All right now. All right now. I'm going to let you go. Don't you love when people do that? They try to get off the phone like, let me let you go. Knowing full well they didn't want to go. All right, let me let you go because I know you real busy. Uh-huh. All right now. All right now. Thank you so much for reminding me that I have the calling and that I have to tell other people they have the calling. All right, you take, oh, bless you too. All right, let me let you go. Let me let you go. I am so silly. And I hope you felt that. I hope you laughed. I love each and every one of you who are here. Feel free to share this with other people. I know it was an epic. I really was planning to come for 30 minutes because dinner arrived while I was talking. Thank you, EJJ, for being in the background. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me to go live because I was fitting to fall down crying over someone's death or two people's death. And the truth is that they live on, and you will live on in your legacy forever, forever. If you want some help with that, let me know. DM me if you have any questions. Go to Captivate with Kim, and happy to help. Happy to do this work right now. And if you want a copy of the Wisdom Gifts book, so you can go to Captivate with Kim if you want to learn about the program and coaching with me one-on-one. That's my jam. Or if you want to get the Wisdom Gifts book, we're on our way to bestseller status. 29 other women in collaboration with me. That's also part of my gifting, is to take people on the journey with me. I didn't become Kim Coles just for Kim Coles. I became Kim Coles. I am Kim Coles because I have a gift to share with all of you. All right, everybody. Let me just put this one back up and would love to work with you. I'm so honored to be here with all of you. Leave your legacy. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to talk about it. Good night. Oh, thank you for the reminder. So my coaching clients get an autographed copy of this. So the link that I gave you, Wisdom Gifts book, takes you to Amazon. You can get it from Amazon, but my clients get an autographed copy. What? I will sign this with your name right there. Look at the trees. I got a tree on every page. There's a tree. I love trees. Don't you love trees? I love trees. There's trees on almost every page, on all the authors' pages. I put a tree there. The tree of wisdom. The wisdom lives in you. Wisdom. Wisdom. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a great, great evening. You get an autographed copy of the book if you sign up to work with me. And what else you got? Dana Nicole, I receive your stars. I see the star in you. Everyone take great care. Good night. Share this with people. Please do. Okay, bye. Bye.